going on, John?
What's up, Joe?
Love the hat, man. That's fucking.
Thanks. Also the sweatshirt too.
Oh, beautiful, man. I can't believe we didn't have. Like I had a couple things at some point, but long gone. But I was surprised that my dad didn't have anything left over.
Yeah.
I know you guys ain't talking from my intro.
It wasn't playing, dude.
Oh, is it playing now?
Now it is.
It is?
It was. You stopped it.
That was weird. You just kind of appeared and disappeared like Max Headroom. That was weird. Maybe Vic's just a hologram now.
Mr. Caparo on the phone. All right, waiting for my colleague, Mr. Byron Jones. Oh my God. All right, guys, let's get this bad boy going. Woo!
All right.
Change my background. It's a long day.
Where's Byron at?
He's coming.
Okay. Because I got the fragile
right.
lamp lit up right now.
You do?
Yeah.
He's lucky I haven't had time to go find that stuff. He's having internet issues.
Okay.
So hold on. We're streaming live right now, guys, just so you know. So I'm trying to get this set to have the intro. I have another
Yeah, Joe,
intro.
watch your language.
I have the other intro. Yeah, enjoy your apple juice.
Do we have to watch our language here? I should have asked that long ago, probably before my.
Yeah, this is a PG.
We're not even PG-13. I got in trouble
Santiago once. And SS Sports, Sportscast Christian show. So we try to keep it as good as we can, but we've been pretty good. We're good.
And that's I'm used to that because
we can always ask for forgiveness.
We're
Christians are like. So let me get this bad boy going, then we get you going. All right, Mr. Joe. All right. Well, live from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania, when the internet is working. Actually, it looks like it's working now. So, again, Mr. Byron Jones, live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, when the internet is working, and it looks like it's working right now. So we got the show hosted by Byron Jones, just joining us right now. My name is Victor Rocho, brought to you by The Sportscast. Today is January 27, 2022. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to all our channels for the Sportscast on YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes. Also, please go to your if you got an Apple phone, there's a podcast app. Go there and look for the Jersey Boy Sports Talk. You should be able to see that logo right there. So you can see me and my boy Byron. We got a lot of our show. We got special guest hosts all the time. And we're able to join throughout the country, actually. And all of us are Jersey boys. Unfortunately, it's funny that we're all Jersey boys living somewhere else. Byron, are you like undercover or something? Because like you look like you're kind of hey, I don't want to be known for this message, but this is what happened back in the day at the Stockton building. Byron, we can't hear you.
You got me?
There you are.
You're more light. You're like you're
I'm using a laptop right now, so this is the best I can do.
Oh, okay, because you look shadowed. You look like you're like one of those what do you call those?
Special operations.
Like a CI that's like CIA. It changes. I don't want to be known, but back in the day in the Stockton building, this is what I used to see.
The Huntington building too. Don't forget that.
Oh, the Huntington building, exactly.
I definitely didn't go in that one.
Is it Stockton or Huntington?
I went in Stockton all the time. Huntington? No.
Really? Is it Huntington? Isn't it by Benny's? Johnson?
Yeah, right down around the corner, man. Yeah, they was a little too rough for me, man.
Yeah, Benny's a fraternity brother of mine and John. And obviously Benny played for Coach Caparo. And when Bay grew up in Hall Avenue during that time, that was rough. Hall Avenue was rough.
Yeah, it was a little rough. You want to get stuffed up over there.
Yeah. So hey, streaming live. We got my boy Byron. Byron has starting. It's gonna get cold in Florida over this weekend, man. It's supposed to get down to like cold, bro. I forgot what it was.
What's cold? What's cold, man? What's cold?
Maybe like 30 something, man.
Ooh.
You gotta understand though, that is freezing for Florida. Like that's cold. Cold. I'm just telling you, right? Look, I got my police on right now. That's funny.
Since we're PG rated, I can't call you what I really want to call you.
I know, for Chile.
No, something else.
For Chile.
Hey, so look, so anyhow, that's how it's going over. You're at Colorado, right? I mean, because you're in Pennsylvania, John. So I know that you're
Delaware.
You're in Delaware.
Yeah.
How's it? What's the weather there?
Yeah, the same as Byron has it. We're basically like 20, 35 miles apart.
If that far.
Yeah.
Are you really? Because he's really west inside. I didn't realize how west he was.
I'm close.
You're close to Delaware. What about you, Joe? You're
Put it
out
this
in
way.
Colorado.
Well, hey, Joe, do you know where? Joe, but John, you know where shared Nissan is?
Yeah.
I go there all the time.
Where you
down
at,
the road.
Joe? Where you at, Joe? Caprano.
Portland, Oregon.
That's what I thought. You're in Oregon. How's it over there?
It's all the way over there.
It was nice today, sunny, about 50, and
yeah, it's weird.
Winter out here is not too bad. Usually it's gray and rainy, but we don't. We got a little bit of snow. We get a couple of snowstorms every year, a couple inches each time, and then it melts by 11 o'clock in the morning, and back to normal. Which is
they
good.
Were saying that it was colder in like Nashville, like Colorado's high temperature. They're getting killed without snow.
No, they're getting snow.
They're getting now.
Snow. Yeah. They got I think last week about 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah,
on the front range.
Reports change so fast with weather, but it was like saying it was colder in Nashville than it was in Colorado. It was like
no, that's true. That's true.
And at one point, I'm just saying, that time I was watching the news, they were saying that they were picking where is it colder, here or there, and then they asked about who had more snow. Boston had more snow than Colorado.
Yep, that's true. That is true.
Well, Tahoe just got like 3 feet, so they've caught up.
So because it's big, it's ski season, isn't it? Yeah, January through March.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. I never went skiing before.
Man, it's January 27th. Winter's pretty much over out here. I mean, it's going to start getting drier and warmer.
No, but like ski season for like Breckenridge and Tahoe and them is all my friends go during this first quarter is when they go. We used to go a lot. Wow. We used to go in March a lot.
Wow, fancy friends.
Yeah, really. I'm from there and I never went there. I mean, come on.
Wow, fancy.
Okay, let me get off that subject because there goes Byron. There's nothing I can say that doesn't feed the fire from my man Byron.
But anyway,
Byron, that is Byron. Just in case you think he's undercover there, he's not. He's not hiding out for anybody. He's not
witness protection.
He's not in witness protection or anything.
Just in case I got one.
He's just the shadow knows.
Oh, don't forget, we have to say it again. Wishing you a happy birthday again.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Vic.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Everybody was really nice yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw my video. It was easier to say sometimes everyone writes out to thank you for the happy birthday. So I was happy to be with one of our associates, one of the global managers, and he hasn't been to Florida. So where I was at, we were fortunate because a prospective client wanted us to meet us there. And you saw how beautiful that place was. I mean, bro, it's like 65 degrees right on the water. And I figured, let me just spit out a radio. I made a shout out to you, Byron, my brother.
Yeah, I heard it. I want to throw up.
Yeah, you can see that he doesn't like love. Just doesn't. He don't like giving it. He don't like taking it.
Nope.
He's just terrible. He can kick you out. I don't like people. He's a perfect. I don't know why most police officers just don't like people.
No. We have our inner circle.
Yep. No, that's true. I mean, and
I
don't mean that they don't like people. They like protecting people. I don't want to say that wrong. That could be misinterpreted with things that are going on.
Inner circle.
Yeah, that is true. All right, well, we got a lot to talk about. We got some crazy to talk about. But first of all, Joe.
Sir.
Okay, we have had you on now. Now I gotta eat crow also from last week. So, but I'm gonna let you eat crow first.
All right. Happy to be here to do it.
Because you did remember I warned you. I said, Joe, you better come back next week based on your comments.
I tried. I had kind of a disastrous Thursday,
okay.
So I got to apologize for not being here last week. But
you told us. So what did you think about that week? Not the week that just passed, and then we'll go into that one because I got my butt kicked.
Well, I will say this: last week's games kind of made me just
perfectly.
Week
before.
I mean,
that's why you're on.
Can't we just gloss right over what I said about the Patriots
John
going back to the Super Bowl?
No, I'm gonna text out to him, John.
Yeah, I told him.
You, and I told you, okay. And I warned you. All right, stop.
And both all right. I will admit that both my picks for the Super Bowl went down as quickly as they could have, and Tom Brady's looking like a 45-year-old man, and the Patriots are looking.
All right.
And the Patriots are looking like a playoff team, but not a Super Bowl team, which is what everyone else thought they were. Yeah, but I just, you know how I feel about the importance of coaching. And you know that there are pretty much two teams, Pittsburgh and New England, that are head and shoulders above everyone else in the league in terms of their coaching and what they have in place in that position. So, you can never.
I'm good. I wanted to come back on the show and just make sure that we had it because you had said some things. I think you mentioned used the word dumb in some scenario, not negative.
Probably.
Bad, but you used the word dumb, and I was like, okay.
If I have to go down,
let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll move on. The coaching, I agree with you. First of all, Byron knows, and John, you've been on the show enough time, and I can be careful what I say in front of Byron because no matter what I say about like someone, all of a sudden now I'm their fan.
Man crush.
Okay, Mike Tomlin to me has always been a great coach. I've called it year after year after year. There's never been a doubt in my mind how great a coach I think that guy is. Okay, never had a losing season when people thought about Byron. You even thought he was going to have a losing season this year, and he didn't. Proof was in the pudding when he went to the playoffs with his 4-string quarterback. But back to coaching, like you said, between Pittsburgh and New England, I do believe Belichick is a great coach. I don't care, whether he's not going to win a Super Bowl again, but I still think he's a great coach. But that leads me to believe to another team that lost, that we predicted, that got kicked out right away, which was Dallas, right? I truly believe that Jerry Jones, which was the argument of who's a worse owner, Snyder or Jerry Jones. I say Jones only because Jones has done a great job as a GM. You got to give him some credit. He's put some talent on that team, right? But if he doesn't let someone do their job as a coach, they're not going to win.
Yeah.
And I think what's his name, McCarthy? He was terrible this year.
Yeah. Oh, agreed.
And he needs to go. He needs to be fired.
Hey, Mom.
I know he isn't, but that's not the discussion whether he's going or not. That's my opinion. Joe, you mentioned it first. You go first if you got any comment on that.
Well, I think as far as Dallas goes, I think you let McCarthy stick around for one more year, hold the place for Sean Payton, because I think Payton wants a year off. I don't think you're going to get him to come back for a different team this year, but that's the guy you want if you're Dallas, right? I mean, if you're Jerry Jones, don't you want Sean Payton?
But that's not the issue. Is though my concern? Well, yeah, the answer is yes for me. My only issue with that is that Jerry Jones is a problem.
Yeah,
my issue is the problem of Jerry Jones as an owner. He's a great GM. I mean, he's done a great job as a GM.
Well, and that's the problem. Like I'm a Knicks fan, and we're stuck with Dolan's. That's the problem when you get stuck with a crappy owner. There's no way out. You get stuck with a crappy coach, he's going to stink for 3 years, and they'll fire him. Same with the GM, might hang on for a couple of years longer, but when your ownership sucks, you're just stuck. You're just stuck rooting for a team that's headed nowhere. And
look at the Jets.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. But it's funny. You like to think that Dallas was more than that because they've won Super Bowls under this guy, but it does seem like you're right, Vic. The controls, the depth to which he's got to control everything that happens in that organization is holding him back. And if he was any good as a GM, he would have been hired as a GM before he got rich as an owner.
Byron, okay, we know he's not going to go, but don't you have any feedback besides he's not going anywhere?
Okay, here. I'm going to wrap it up in a nutshell. Does Jerry Jones carry the ball? No. Does Jerry Jones block for them? No. Is he the quarterback for them? No.
No.
No. They gave up 170 yards rushing, 5 sacks, and Dak didn't go to his guys. What? CeeDee Lamb had 1 pass. That's not on the owner. That's on the guys on the field that he's paying a lot of money.
He wasn't open.
Yeah, he wasn't open because why? Because Dak wasn't looking for him. So the bottom line, it's not Jerry Jones has won 3 Super Bowls. 26 years ago, long time, whatever it's done, whatever. Daniel Snyder is probably the worst owner in the NFL because of all the things he's done. Remember when he got Bruce Smith, Deion Sanders, all these has-beens and washed-up guys figuring he was going to buy a championship. You forgot about that, though, didn't you? I know you did.
I didn't forget. You did, but you did make it come back.
Oh, there you go. You feel better now? Okay. So
no, I still think Jerry Jones is the worst owner.
What?
Right. I still think Jerry Jones. The only reason I put Jerry, well, I'm gonna let John go, and then I'll respond.
Okay, to Byron's point, yeah, it's 26 years ago. What's changed? Okay, he still has all the money. He can buy all the players he wants to. He's, like you said, good GM, but his choices as far as putting something in place that can win have been atrocious. Mike McCarthy, not the guy. Sorry, not. I agree with the Sean Payton comment. I think he's going to wait a year and go after him. I don't think it's going to do anything because by then you've seen Jerry let players that were developing actually becoming stars. He's let them go. Bye. See ya. Don't want you around. However, I will say this. I do agree with you. Dan Snyder is the worst. And that's coming from a guy in Denver. We don't have an owner. And Dan Snyder is still the worst owner in the NFL. Okay. So Jerry interferes too much. And he's had chances to get good coaches there in the past, but for some reason, either it's ego or whatever, he doesn't want the intention on anyone him but himself. That's my own opinion.
All right. So then I'm going to wrap it up and we'll move on. Here's and I'm going to have my last word on it. Okay. Is the only reason Jerry Jones has 3 Super Bowls, and Byron, you want to use that, was because that was his first 3 years as an owner. And once he got the taste of winning, the egotistical billionaire that he was ruined it. Mm-hmm. That's it. If it wasn't for that, right? If it wasn't for him not knowing or coming in right off the bat with his ego and wanting to control everything, if he did what he's doing right now, even with Jimmy Johnson, he wouldn't have won.
When he inherited Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and
no, they got
Irvin.
No, that was under Jerry. Yeah,
that was under Jerry. What happened was they had the Herschel Walker move. Remember? That gave him like 34 picks, and then Jimmy Johnson. But then Jimmy Johnson, but he let Jimmy Johnson do Jimmy Johnson. Remember, they went at odds because Jimmy Johnson showed up to a place and Jerry Jones was there, and Jimmy Johnson was getting all the attention, and for some reason he didn't acknowledge Jerry Jones, and that was it. At that point, he was gone. So all I'm saying to you, he was a new owner who happened to have a great coach, who had the trade of the century, who had the picks that will never happen again. It was the longest draft session that in history. So we'll go back. We'll talk about that other time. Let's keep going. More importantly, the Giants, Scott, Joe Schoen. Bills, I think that's the guy we wanted one of him, right? Byron, didn't we want Joe? We wanted, at least that was the guy we wanted.
Let's pronounce his name correctly. It's Shane.
Really? With the O-E?
That's the way he pronounces it, yep.
Joe, how do you say it?
Shane.
Like Shane McPherson?
Yep.
Joe Schoen. Okay, so Joe Schoen, what do you think about that?
That is a good
hire. He was one of the guys we wanted?
Yes, it is. From the Buffalo Bills. That's, he's been the assistant, general manager, I think he said since 17 or whatever. He was with the Dolphins. That's where he started out at.
How long was he with the Bills?
What? I think, what is it? He has 20 years experience. 3 years? Like
He's got the resume right there.
Yeah, I got it right there. I sure do.
How long with the Bills?
3, according to this. Yeah, since
3 years,
2017.
because once you mentioned Dolphins, you just lost stock.
But that's where he started, though. He started with the Dolphins.
The Dolphins have been terrible for a long
he
time.
was
Their
the-
picks
Gotta
have
start
been
somewhere,
terrible.
though.
He was the
Huh?
front office guy. He was the director of player personnel in 2013
Oh,
with the Dolphins.
I'm not that excited. All right.
Whoa. Why?
Because Byron, I lived down here, and I lived down here for 20 years and watching the terrible draft picks they've made over those time.
Well, guess what? He's with Buffalo. He's with Buffalo.
Mhm.
They
For only
drafted
3 years.
great. 3 years. That's enough.
That is
Is
enough.
it?
That's
Okay,
enough.
if it's enough, then I'm okay.
Enough.
Well, when he wasn't the GM at that in 2013 in Miami, he was the
But he was director player personnel.
So he's like third down on the list of who has say in that draft
Yeah.
pick. So you really can't blame him
All
if
right.
you don't like the pick they made that year. And he was there 1 year. You can't blame him for them stinking over a period.
Oh,
of
he
a
was
decade.
only there for 1 year. I
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
He didn't draft Tua, by the way. It wasn't him.
He's got a
No,
scouting
that GM they
background.
got now.
Like before he was a GM, he was a director of scouting in a couple of different places. And he's got a lot of experience. I think it's a good move if the guy can evaluate talent at all. That's exactly what the Giants need. It's what they've been terrible at for the last 8 years. So
And
Okay.
Eight.
guess who co-signed?
I was being generous, John.
All right.
Being kind.
Bill Parcells co-signed this guy.
Okay.
There you go. We're good.
That's good enough for me.
I'm good enough for me. Hey,
Yep.
all right. So now let's go from there. I heard Leslie Frazier had 3 interviews.
2,
Oh, 2. You had 2.
Two.
All right. And they finally interviewed Brian Flores.
right?
I like Frazier. I like Frazier. I like Flores.
Quinn, they did him.
I
So
don't
he
want
pulled
Quinn.
his-
I don't want Quinn.
Well, he pulled his name out.
Thank God.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I said,
Wow.
he's not in any job this year, even though he won on the
Oh, really? No, he doesn't want any job.
After Denver picked Hackett today, he pulled his name out.
Wow.
He
That's
wanted
how
to
he
Denver.
But is he staying is he staying as a defensive coordinator?
Yes.
That
he's
depends
staying
on
at the
McCarthy.
defense. It depends if he's going to still have a job.
Yeah.
If McCarthy has, I can't imagine that they're going to get rid of the head coach and defensive coordinator.
No,
I
not
think
yet.
They would
You
have.
fire, you fire McCarthy, give Quinn the job, and keep Kellen Moore, all in the same swoop.
That's
I think-
actually not a bad thought, Byron.
No.
So all right, so now as a coach, who you rooting for? I don't want Dan Quinn, and I don't like and Dayball is the offensive coach, and I don't want an offensive coach. So where would
Why
you
not?
go, Byron?
Well, he's in
I'd
a
go
run
for
for the
Frazier.
Miami Dolphin job. He's in a runner
Who
for
is?
Miami job. I think he wants that because he's worked with Tua when he was at Alabama.
Here we go, Tua again.
I'm
There you
just
go.
throwing it out there too.
Take him.
I don't think Dayball's gonna be much of
Give
a
me your
head
top
coach,
3
yeah.
picks for coach for the Giants.
Say what?
Byron, top 3 picks for coach of Giants.
Come on now. You know my one guy is Frazier,
I like that.
Flores, and Dable.
Oh, and then we're in the same boat.
Oh
so-
no! Don't forget the guy from Cincinnati. I forgot his name. They interviewed the defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, so I forgot his name though.
Where would you put him over Dable?
4th.
All right, I'll do the same thing except for I'll put him over Dable.
What, the Cincinnati guy?
Yeah.
Really?
I do not want an offensive head coach.
Why not?
I think that one, we've always wanted defense. 2, I want a coach like if Danny Dimes is still there, right?
Which he is.
I want-
The GM already said that he's
I
staying.
got you. I'm saying that the fact that he's still there,
Danny
I
Dimes, yeah.
want an offensive coach that's only responsibility is creating offense. That's it. Like that's no other issues, no other things are outside of him creating issues. Let the head coach take care of the defense. That's my pick.
Well,
John,
you figure if Frazier gets a job, I think either one. If Frazier gets a job, Ken Dorsey, who's the quarterback coach at Buffalo, will become the OC for the Giants. I think wherever
good with
That's
that.
not bad. That's not
Ken
bad.
Dorsey is going
I'm
to go
good with
somewhere.
that. I'm just saying to you, that's my reasoning why I don't want an offensive coach. I need someone just only to focus on the
Well,
offense.
Frazier's a defensive coach,
Right. So
Yeah.
I want the head coach to be a defensive coach.
but then you still need he needs to bring in a good offensive coordinator.
That's what I want. I want a good offensive. The guy, any of those guys that offensive coordinators, I'll take. John,
I tell you what, you bring Leslie Frazier in, let him bring Gary Kubiak if you can find him in. as the offensive coordinator. I think that's not a bad fit. Kubiak is out there. He is a terrible head coach, even though he won a Super Bowl. Terrible head coach, but he's from the Shanahan tree. He knows how to put together an offense. And it's going to be boring, guys. I'm letting you know that. But it's Shaq Barkley intensive. But I still think you're going to go with Leslie Frazier. He's my guy for the Giants.
Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all you guys about Frazier. I think Flores, again, you can't go wrong there. The other two that neither of you guys mentioned, none of you guys mentioned, were Byron Leftwich, and Eric Bieniemy. And I'm Vic. I half agree with you, at least as far as Daboll goes. To me, he's got Brian Schottenheimer written all over him. Like he's going to be a decent coordinator, but a lousy head coach. I don't see anything from him that makes me think he can run a team. Where the other two guys, Leftwich in particular, I think he's. I don't know why he's not higher on everybody's list. He's been great.
He's interviewing with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Who wants that? That job's a death trap. Who wants that?
But he's
job?
from there, though. It's like
but the Cons are spending money left and right, dude.
He's from there. He knows the organization.
Yeah.
He's got roots there.
They got a quarterback at least.
They do. Yeah.
I can't imagine him. I don't think it's the same situation where that poor guy from Texans went. Right. For me, Leftwich would want that job because he's got connection to Jackson. And he played at UCF, right? Didn't he? Yeah.
He played Marshall.
Where did he play?
Yeah, Marshall.
Yeah,
Marshall, I'm sorry. So I think that's the only reason, right? And he's a quarterback, and he's got a good quarterback. That kid's a good quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It's a good fit. I just, you like to see guys come into a situation that puts them in a position to have more success than Jacksonville.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I'm going to go against that because, you're talking to a guy, I hate Jacksonville. That goes back to 98. But anyway, actually 97, not 98. But, Jacksonville right now, if I'm a guy who's coming in as a head coach or a GM, if I'm coming as a head coach, I want to be president of football operations. So you kind of push the GM. So I'm picking my team. And if the Khan family is throwing money, but the Khan family already threw money at the quarterback position. And there were a couple times over the last 5 or 6 years, the Jags were just like one or two players away, and even a coach away from doing something. Bringing in Urban Meyer, that's the biggest.
Weren't they in the championship like 4 or 5 years ago? Weren't they?
They were close to it. Yeah, they were close to it. Yeah, but
they haven't been back for a long time.
Yeah, but Urban Meyer. I mean, whoever decided that was a safe choice, the second he said, "Oh, I'm going to bring Tim Tebow in to play for tight end," that was the end of Urban Meyer for me.
Yeah,
like
same. Yeah,
I love it. Now, as a person, Tim Tebow, great guy. I have nothing against him. I think he's one of those people that believes what he says, from a spiritual standpoint. However, in the NFL, and even though, he got us to, one round of the playoffs, great. But, dude, you can't do anything else.
Can't throw the ball.
No. I mean, the pass to Demaryius Thomas, RIP, DT, but that pass to Demaryius Thomas to beat Pittsburgh in overtime, DT didn't even know the ball was coming to him. He just turned around, the ball just happened to be there.
I want to get off on the Tim Tebow piece. All right. So we got good stuff there. All right, let's go into last week's game. I got my butt kicked. I went 1-3.
What? I can't hear you. What did you say?
Went 1-3, and Byron went 3-1, and John went 3-1. And I got my papers here. I forgot. Byron had one game that he was on the money perfectly by 3 points. But all three teams won by 3 points. So you got,
Didn't I say all the games were going to be close? I said that, right?
Yeah, Byron had the Bills win 48-20.
45. Yeah, I had a blowout with that one.
He had a blowout.
I was hoping for that. It just wasn't going to happen.
But
it was a good game, though.
It was.
Okay, but let's rate the game. Let's pick let's start off with which of the 4 games, because I thought they were all good.
Yeah.
Right? Which one was the best game for you? Like to watch as a fan, not because it was your team, not because you're big, not because you wanted the other team to lose. What was the best game, Byron?
Come on, that's easy. Come on, Kansas. That's probably one of the best games I've seen.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to you. Then, Joe.
That was actually my number 3. I thought the Rams Tampa game was, but I have a special interest in not seeing Tom Brady in another friggin' Super Bowl.
And remember, I premised this without any prejudice of being an athlete, right? Okay, I mean being a sports person. Which one was it, John?
The one that I thought was the best was the Tampa LA game, and the only reason why is that like we're going in the fourth quarter. My wife is talking to my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law knows ins and outs of football, unlike any woman I've ever met in my life. All right. And she's like going, "Oh, look at the Rams." Like, Tom Brady has time on the clock. What don't you understand? And sure enough, he goes and does it. And then like at that point, I'm like going, okay, this game, I'm just going to sit back and watch. I don't know what the heck's going to happen. And I'm glad the outcome was what it was. But, as I said before, Tom Brady, you give him 13 seconds. Oh, sorry, Dallas Cowboy fans. But you give him 13 seconds, he can do stuff.
Okay, my game was, I'm gonna agree with Byron. As a fan, I mean, I've never seen anything like what I saw in that Buffalo game. I mean, I was impressed as heck with Josh Allen. By the way, he ran, like I said, remember, he was running.
Yep.
He was making it happen on his feet, coming back, threw some phenomenal balls. And then Patrick Mahomes was just, I mean, that was by far the best game. And I will stick. I like the way the overtime rules are. I don't believe in I didn't like it before when it was just a field goal to win, right? But I do like it. If you score a touchdown, you can't stop a team from scoring a touchdown in one drive in overtime, then too bad. Game's over. I don't care how good it was.
But whose fault is that they lost the game?
What's that?
Buffalo should have beat them. Whose fault is it that they lost?
Well, they should have closed them out. I think, Vic, I sort of agree in that.
I missed it. I don't know who Byron.
Let's go ahead, Joe.
Well, as far as the performances, I think that was sort of the most well played of the 4. But as far as the most shocking ending, it's got to be the San Francisco Dallas game, right? Because that was San Francisco couldn't move the ball. Jimmy G was throwing flutter balls 3 yards over people's heads for that entire game. Then they blocked that punt. All of a sudden, it was a game. That to me was the kind of the most.
Second. What are you talking about? You said Cowboys.
Well, he meant Green Bay.
Sorry, Green Bay.
You're throwing me off. I'm like, what are you talking about? This guy.
Dallas, Green Bay.
Same difference. Yeah. Old franchises.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, but okay, so let's go to that game then. Okay, so we're split.
No. Finish who lost the game for Buffalo?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Do you think maybe they should have squib kick with 13 seconds? Squib kick it down.
Oh,
the middle of the field,
yeah.
Run some time off and give this guy 13 seconds.
No, I forgot about it. Yeah, no.
That's on the coach.
The announcer said, he goes, "Oh, Romo." Let me tell you, Romo's a good analyst.
He goes, great.
I don't agree with that kick. They let no time pass. He said, kick it where the guy at least just catches it and he has to run it.
Yep.
Right? Even if he downed it, but he's not going to down it on the 1. He's going to have to run it out to get to the 20.
Yep.
That would have ate up at least 3 to 5 seconds.
Yep. And they would probably have 2 plays in with 8-9 seconds. Make quick out.
Yeah.
And then get a little close, for him to try to kick.
I am telling you, I'm going back to what I said. I think, no offense to Andre, but I think the analytics are messing up the gut instincts of coaches. Yeah. I think that they're stuck between going with the numbers and going with the gut. I'm wondering if Sean Payton would have done that onside kick with analytics today.
No, probably wouldn't have.
Probably wouldn't.
No.
You know what I mean? I mean, I think I've never seen so many bad coaching calls. I mean, it's crazy. So
kick the ball down.
The Green Bay 49er game. Go ahead, Joe. You start off on a little bit on that one.
Well, like I said, I just think that to me, there's a level of excitement. You know, when you ask what the best game is, to me, the shocking ending makes that the most worthy of watching. Like that's the one. If I'm going to go back and rewatch any of these games, that'll be the one I'll rewatch, or at least rewatch the ending, because that was just
of Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I actually watched that last night on NFL Network.
Yeah, lay off those brownies in Oregon, man.
I mean, you could watch the last 3 minutes of any of these games and be pretty happy, but man, that's the one. That didn't shock you? What happened at the end of that game?
What shocked me was how poor Aaron Rodgers played on the last 3 series. I mean, he threw a deep ball for no reason into double coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Incomplete pass into I could not believe. Look, that was a team I remember. I picked Green Bay. I picked Green Bay to rock them. Okay, and Rodgers was terrible.
Yeah, because what was he doing? He was throwing passes to 2 guys.
Yep.
2. Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, I think is 2. Between, I think they had 18 passes, whatever, between the 2 of those guys. What about everybody else? The tight end, the other receiver. Let me find this guy. Double coverage. Let me throw it over here anyway.
It was terrible. Number one. Number two, I thought the coaching was bad again. Okay, why? They blocked the field goal on you. And when they blocked the field goal, it wasn't snowing like it was snowing then. Now they're coming after a punt. I mean, you got a problem with specialty teams. I mean, think about it. Think about every scenario I've given you guys. If I told you that a guy is going to get sacked 9 times and win a game, would you say it? No. If I told you that a quarterbacks, they're not going to score 1 offensive touchdown and beat Aaron Rodgers, would you say that would happen? No. I mean, there's some crazy stuff. But Aaron Rodgers looked terrible. Terrible.
Which is why I hope Hackett does not bring Rodgers with him to Denver.
I'm just saying.
That's already in the works. That's already.
Hey, Byron, you already threw water on me today. Don't do it again. Come on, my man.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Denver Bronco.
No, it's going to be Russell Wilson, my friend.
Let's go to the next game. What was the next game? Okay, Tampa Bay. Joe, John, you mentioned Tampa Bay. So why don't you start off with Tampa Bay? Your thoughts on Tampa Bay and you all Brady haters.
Like I said, I mean that game was just. They were, you give Tom Brady time, he's going to bring the team back. Now, the fact that he couldn't finish the deal, I'm okay with it. I wanted the Rams to win.
He finished the deal. It was his defense that did it.
Okay. His defense couldn't finish
the last time he had the ball.
He did.
To tie the game.
But whoever's calling the offense or the defense for the Bucks, Shaq Barrett, I don't think was even on the field during that last series.
Oh, he was in the middle of the field. I think they were short one guy.
Okay. Well, all I know is I didn't see 58 out there for the Bucks. And I'm sorry, he's your best defensive player. I don't care what you say about Tampa. Shaq Barrett is their best defensive player. If I didn't see his number flying around out there, there you go. On the other side, Von Miller had his sights set on 12 all day. But still, Tom Brady did the Tom Brady thing until, but then I'll go with Joe too. He looked like a 45-year-old quarterback. Next year he's going to go out there and camp with the Walker and he'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Go Bucks.
All right, go ahead, Joe. Before I'm going to get my Brady in before Byron does. I'm going to let Byron go first. Go ahead, Joe. I'm going to get my Brady in because I got my Brady.
Look, all season, the NFC West was the best division in football, without a doubt, right? So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that the 2 teams left in the NFC are from that division. I'm a little surprised that one of them's got Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm much less surprised by the team that's got Matthew Stafford because, man, that guy is good. And he was buried in Detroit for so long. And, I don't know, man. I want to hate Cooper Kupp. He looks like the kind of person I wouldn't like in real life. Looks like kind of a smarty guy, but man, that dude is having.
He's a blonde hair, blue IU. He's got a beard. He's got the whole thing. What are you talking about? You could be brothers. You got different color hair.
This this is more hipster than is actually belies what's within me. This is just laziness for being locked away for 2 years. No reason to shave. But yeah, it's getting a little Cooper Cup-ish.
Again,
Anyway.
Byron. Yeah, you got something to say about Brady.
Really? You think I'm gonna be that petty? Yes, I am.
I know you're gonna be that petty. And you're doing it. You're doing it because of one, because of you, and two, because of me.
The week before the game, what was he saying? How he trash talks the referees and the other players. What happened when he got punched in his little mouth and got a little boo-boo on his hand, and he went to the referee and started crying? He had the little blood that he got hit in the mouth, and next you know, he gets a 15-yard
penalty.
Yeah.
His first in 20 years.
And why is that? Because he ran his mouth. I'm Tom Brady. I can say what I want. They're not going to do anything. Well, guess what? I'm sure the referees are sitting back drinking coffee or hot cocoa or apple juice or whatever they're doing. You know what? The first time he says something, we're going to throw a flag on him. I don't care what it is.
No, but he gave him a lot of crap. He gave him crap afterwards too.
But he still got punched in the mouth. And he's going to sit there. Dude, like we said, like I've been saying, he couldn't play in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. He would have never lasted. He's soft as cotton candy. They got all these rules. He played like a 44-year-old quarterback.
Back in my day.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. He couldn't play back then because he's not that tough.
Well, I'm going to end it even as I'm a Brady fan. First of all, it was in the third quarter. In the third quarter, he was losing 27-3.
Yep.
Because he stunk up until then. Because he stunk for 3 quarters.
Okay, but the defense gave up timeout. Come on, man. Don't make me do. I gave Dungy the script of what he said at halftime. I was live. We were streaming live. Aaron's not on phone. He'll tell you. I scripted what Dungy exactly said. They were in a cover 2. Stafford looked off. He did it twice. There is no because Aaron asked, why that defensive back let him go? It was 3rd and 20. He let him go because he's trying to protect the side. The second safety, you're supposed to cover from the hash mark to the middle to the other side. Well, he went to where the guy was already there. Why would you let Cooper Kupp go all the way down? I got instincts. I'm watching out for that guy. Why would I let Cooper Kupp run straight down the damn field? Then he at halftime draws it up and says it. So their defense. You can bell me all you want. Now I'm taking off my
all the code is coming off now.
I ain't cold in Florida.
Oh no, he's going John Cena mode.
Man, this is what happens when
twice Stafford suckered the defense. And I was shocked because that was the first time that the defensive unit was as whole that's the same defensive unit that won the Super Bowl. And they were terrible.
Guess what?
Terrible. So in my opinion, Brady did what he did. Ended the game when he had the ball, scored the winning touchdown, and defense, all they had to do was make a stop. It's no different than the Buffalo Bills. All they had to do was make a stop for not a touchdown. The Bucks didn't.
Guess what?
Now, your boy Arians, which you don't like him anymore, your boy Arians says that on that play that Cooper Kupp got that pass, which they suckered him in again, that dumb. What do you care about Jefferson? Jefferson had 6 touchdowns in the entire year, and you're worried about him when you got Cooper Kupp on the other side? He's like the 4th option. Why would you even worry about that Jefferson dude?
Are you done yet?
No. Arian said the whole team didn't. Everybody didn't blitz. There was a miscommunication. I don't care. It's Cooper Kupp on the outside.
Are you done now?
Worry about him. They had a 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20. What do you give a crap about anything other than getting in the field goal? That's it. I'm going to stop it now. That's it. So
can I just say something?
Go back and listen to Dungy. Go listen to the other guys. They said the same thing. And look, I wish I had the talent to be able to play in the NFL because I guarantee I would have 2 picks that game.
Yeah, okay.
Can I just say something real quick?
Guaranteed 2 picks. In my gut, they're going to Cooper Cup.
I just want to say something real quick. This is why I love doing the show. This right here is why I love doing the show. There's passion there, guys, and I love that. I love that.
Well, that's what happens when you show an ex-defensive back a really crappy defensive play in a big moment.
Yeah.
That's what you
No,
get.
that's true.
You get,
It's true.
the eruption. Are you okay, Vic? I got some blood pressure medication. You want me to send it down to you?
I already did the heart attack joke a couple months ago. He didn't think it was that funny then.
But Victor,
Remember,
Victor,
I love you guys. I'm older
Victor,
than both of you. But I
are you
still
listening?
bet you I'm in better shape than both of you.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
whatever.
hell yeah. You're definitely in better shape than me.
Oh, yeah. I'm round.
Victor,
So leave me
Victor.
alone.
I'm not done with you. Here you go. How about this? Where's Tampa at right now? I can't hear you. Where's Tom Brady at right now?
He's debating whether he's going to retire or not.
I can't hear you.
He's debating whether he's going to retire or not.
Well, no, let's go with the other thing first. They lost. He's home, and now he has to figure out what he wants to do for the rest of his life. That's it. I feel better now.
Okay, good. I'm glad you did. But thanks, Inspector Obvious or Captain Obvious.
What do you think, Vic? Is he coming back?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He'll be back with a walker.
There's speculation. There's speculation, and it's only speculation.
Yeah, why don't you go to the yacht that you have down there? That's parked, probably next to his. Why don't you just go over there and go see him?
He's a member of the. He owns a house in Indian Creek where my ex-partner is a member.
Well, go over there and see your buddy. Bring your own 6-pack or whatever.
I don't know, man.
Coca-Cola.
All I know is if they would have won that game, I would have been in Tampa this weekend. So anyhow, let's go. That game is going. What's the next one? The
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, Cincinnati, Tennessee.
And Tennessee. Let me tell you something. Again, Vrabel ruined that game. Burrow didn't win that game. What's his name? What you call it? The Titans lost that game.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, Tannehill.
Tannehill.
I think the coach lost that game. Period. Coach lost the game. Tannehill's a part of the good, but Coach Vrabel let me down. Lost that game. Remember, I said that I picked the Titans because I thought that was the better team. I still do. Okay. Because like I said, 9 sacks, tying a thing. There's no way you would think a guy would win. So I hope that kid is okay. And I like Joe Burrow. I really do. Okay. All I'm saying to you is that the commentators are saying it looks like that the Bengals are going to run this. I mean, the Titans are going to run this ball until the Cincinnati figures out how to stop it.
And they stopped him right away, though.
And no, they didn't. They didn't stop until they got into the red zone. They didn't stop them, dude.
It was a sloppy game. That's from the start, man. Both teams were sloppy.
John, on the drive of where Tannehill threw that interception, they drove down the entire field. We're
not down the entire field. No, come on, man. They were not that far down the field. Now, they got like 2 long passes. Yeah, they drove a little bit. Henry had a couple good runs, but then from that point on, it was a sloppy game.
That game was off. That game was the worst.
That game right there, them scoring, game over.
I don't know.
That was it. It was game over. It would have been game over. They would they lost by 3 points. If they would have scored on that drive, the Bengals do not win.
I just want to know who picked Cincy by 3.
Who picked Cincy by 3? I think Byron. Or you did.
No, I did. I thought.
Oh, I definitely did.
Yeah, no. I'm just telling you that they drove the whole way down, running the ball on that drive. That was it. You talk about the rest of the game. It doesn't matter. When you're inside the red zone and your team like that running, and Henry wasn't rusty.
No, he came back. He came back strong. He really did.
So then, I feel bad. I got 3 months to come back and then lose that game and then give it to a in-between quarterback after you ran the ball down the field.
That's where he's going to be in Denver too next year.
That wasn't so much of a drive as it was one 45-yard run by Foreman sandwiched around 8 plays where they got 2 yards of play. So I wouldn't necessarily call that a drive, but more like slop around one big play. So I was kind of surprised that Tennessee won 12 games. That kind of baffled me at the end of the year when I saw what their record was. And man, I'm with you on Burrow and those three receivers they got, man. Hopefully they can keep that bunch together for a long time because that's going to be
they need a line.
lot
they
of
get
fun
the
to
offensive
watch.
line. That's going to be a dangerous team. I mean, that's dangerous team. They build that line, which is what Byron says all the time.
But for some reason, you just don't want to listen to me, man. You just don't.
That's the only piece you need to get Byron for GM at Cincinnati. That I think is the only piece they're missing.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously I mean every team could use to get stronger in the secondary, but I think going back to Vrabel, I think he's still growing as a coach too. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. What's this, his fourth year?
Yeah, but if he doesn't do anything in the next couple of years, man, he's going to be gone. 4 years as a head coach, you had some success, but unless you go into like 5 and 6 expecting to win a championship, I don't know, man. That's kind of like that's where the patience kind of runs out from ownership.
I don't know, man. They've had two really good years. I just don't
understand. Are you telling me that none of you guys on this show right now are telling me that game was not lost by poor coaching on Vrabel's side?
I thought the whole game was poor coaching.
I mean, just Vrabel, Tannehill, all of it. That was just a team. They lost the game. It wasn't one.
Sure. But you see, I can't say you can just say it was one team that was bad coaching. I didn't like the way Cincy started the game. Yeah.
Was that?
Both of them were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think both things can be true too. Like the game could be terribly coached on both sides, and the Bengals still won the game. I mean, that offense still went out and got into field goal range when they needed to, got that last score when they needed to. So, the Bengals won the game, yeah, but you're right, the coaching didn't really contribute very much.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
And we'll see what happens to Tennessee next year, but just based on what he's done with that team the last 2 years, that for me is justification to keep him around for a few more.
I'm not saying don't keep him around for a few more. I'm just saying that the leash is going to be short going into this year.
You need a reliable quarterback. It's coming to fruition. There's only so far that you can get with a Tannehill, with a Garoppolo.
Hey, we'll send Drew Luck to Tennessee. It'll be fine.
It's going to cost. It's going to end up costing. It's going to cost. Okay, so all right, let's go. Boom. Next, move on. All right, this week. Okay, so we got preview. We got Cincy at Kansas City. We got San Francisco at LA. Are they both on Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah.
1 at 3 and 1 at 6:30.
Man, I love Saturday football, man.
Dude, it seems like we got flashback to 1992 at the team.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
So, all right. So, Byron, let's go. What you got? Let me get my pen and paper.
What would you like to know?
Give me your picks.
Oh, man. Come on. That's easy. Kansas City is going to beat whoever they're playing.
Cincinnati.
It's going to be 35-28. It's going to be close.
Wow.
So KC 35-28. All right.
Yes.
Joe?
Cincinnati 37-34.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't believe in Andy Reid quite so much. I believe in Pat Mahomes. All right,
go ahead, John.
I'm going to go, and I want Kansas. You guys know I want Kansas City to lose. I want them to lose so bad. Everything that city touches, I want them to lose. But KC by 6. I want the Bengals to win, but it's going to be KC.
Okay, I'm thinking KC by 3.
Oh, wow. All right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of respect for Cleveland, like that, or for Cincinnati, rather.
What's the difference, Cleveland, Cincinnati? You've been to both.
Hey, man, you got to give Kansas City some. You say what you want about by Andy Reid, but to turn around a team that was so bad in the beginning.
Yeah.
And to get to where he's at, again, a 4-time, never done before, 4-time hosting the NFC in a row. And look, it wasn't like this ain't it's his first rodeo. He did in Philly. He did it in Philly.
He basically got rolled over by the ownership in Philly.
He did it in Philly. Reed,
Yep.
I like Reed. He did it in Philly. They ran what they did to him and what they did to my man, who was the QB back then?
Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb, man. What they did, that was wrong.
Yep.
I like Donovan McNabb, man. All right, so we got that. We got San Fran and we got the West Coast against California versus California.
Pretty much.
Yep.
What do you got there, John?
I'm going LA Rams with the I'm going to say the game MVP Matt Stafford by 14.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the overwhelming cover, 31-13. I don't think much of Jimmy G, and they're lucky to be where they are. So
Byron.
Wow. Ooh, 49ers by 3.
Whoa.
I love when Byron steps out like that.
It's just that the thing is, I got to know when to pick him. Because if he don't like going with the whole side, that's really what it is.
Keeping things interesting. That's good.
If we all pick the 49ers, I can guarantee you he's picking the Rams.
Yep.
It's good.
Hey, Byron, just remember, you and I both picked the Giants to win the NFC East.
Yeah, I know.
49ers what? Plus what?
Huh?
49ers by what?
Come on, man. The three, man, they're going to run the ball, and Stafford is going to be Stafford and throw 2 or 3 picks.
Oh, wow.
That's just Byron being a good
that's
showman.
Mean, man.
That's good.
That's just really mean right there, bud.
I'm gonna pick the Rams. I'm gonna pick the Rams by 9.
We're all going to look stupid next week, but
except for Byron.
It'll make for a fun Super Bowl.
Right now, look at us. Both games we're 3-1, right? Meaning 3 of us all pick one team, and the one didn't on both sides.
Yeah.
So the 2 outliers are Joe and Byron.
And they can either laugh at us or we can laugh at them next week.
I'm definitely laughing at everybody.
Wow. Byron, have you had enough like picking on me today, man? I mean, started early this morning, man.
That was kind of early, too, man.
That was early.
That was really early.
What happened this morning? With what?
We're talking about Paul Hackett being picked as the Broncos head coach. And I was like,
who is this guy? Where did it come from?
What do you mean, where'd he come from?
From Green Bay.
He's Green Bay's offense coordinator, son of Paul Hackett, the legendary coordinator for the Niners and Chiefs.
For everybody.
Yeah.
That's just terrible. That's just terrible.
His dad brought Montana to KC.
So, but you know, I ain't gonna let Byron get off the show that easy because he's always picking on me being a fair weather fan. But you still gotta say Odell Beckham still came to play. He made some good catches. He made some good yards. I'm still confused why you can't. No, stop ringing the bell when you don't want to talk about something. No, that ring the bell is a different story. You got a Joe even lit up his eyes. Did Odell Beckham play? He made some great catches.
Yeah, well, he was good. I mean, he was Odell Beckham. That's great. It's great to see, man. How can you root against this guy?
You can't.
I know. Roots against him.
Well, Byron does, yeah, but
because the bitter ex-Giant thing, I get it.
He's like the scorned ex-wife or something.
He's a bitter. He's pissed off because he was uninvited to that boat ride.
See, that's
for one, I'm not gonna go on a boat, take my shirt off with a whole bunch of other dudes.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, but
Byron, how many locker rooms you been in?
That boat.
I mean, locker rooms?
Yeah. How many naked dudes you've been around in your life? You afraid to take your shirt off?
This show's taking a weird turn. Let's get back on track. Please, let's get back on track.
But look, man, I'm just first of all, you know, not that I was been an Odell Beckham fan, but I was.
Yes, you are. Man crush.
No,
That is true too.
I just no, it's not has nothing to do with that. It really just was disappointing on how he was utilized at Cleveland.
You
I just
notice
don't- that was just stupid. And then look, Byron, it's not like they didn't pay him money.
three
What's
breaks
three?
in a row. Come on, man.
What?
Let it go, man. Let it
Yeah.
go, man. Let it go.
Let what go? Okay,
Because he
I'll
was
let it go.
treated that way in New York too at the end. They cast him off like he was nothing. I mean, you can't just blame Cleveland. You got to blame the Giants too.
You can't say that, Johnny. You
But
can't.
what are you talking about? Why would you let a guy like Odell Beckham go?
Okay.
I mean, seriously.
Okay.
And I'm freaking out the dog, so I need to bring it down. My wife just yelled down.
Good. That's what you get. First of all, it's not that, John. In my opinion, is why would you take him and pay him big dollars to treat him that way? I could see if you try to get him on the field.
I'm gonna.
You know, it was stupid. You didn't throw him the ball and get him to touch the ball.
They
and
would
you
have thrown
paid
him the ball the last couple times in New York.
I'm gonna
There's a
sum it
reason why he
all.
left.
But New York picked him. It's a big difference between trading.
But then they
for him.
abandoned him, dude.
No, you know what the
All
problem
right, I
was?
surrender.
No,
I
it was
disagree.
here. Wait a
I
minute.
think that was just that's not right.
It was Dave Gettleman had a problem with any guy that was outspoken on that team. It was Landon Collins, Odell Beckham. There was a couple other guys.
Mexico Burrs.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't with that.
Eli Apple.
He just shot himself in the butt.
That didn't help. But any guy that had a strong personality in that locker room, Dave Gettleman got rid of him.
Boy, he wouldn't have
Odell
lasted.
on that
Gettleman wouldn't have lasted with Lawrence Taylor.
No.
No. No.
Vic, you're right. He definitely had it worse in Cleveland, but he did kind of get shafted by the Giants at the end.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand that. But all I'm saying to you is you're trading for a guy, you're taking the chips, and you're willing to pay him, and you do nothing with him.
No, it's true. I'm not disagreeing with you.
The Giants picked them. So it's not like the Giants picked them and did nothing. That was dumb on their part. Okay. But when you pay him superstar dollars, you trade for him, you give up stuff, you pay him, and you do nothing with him.
None of
But
us
the problem is we're talking
you put him immediately with a good quarterback, with a good coach, and he lights it up.
And once again, we're
What am I
talking
missing
about
on that?
Cleveland. Cleveland is like the armpit of the NFL, dude.
Wow.
The world.
Detroit is.
No, I'll still take Detroit over Cleveland any day of the week. You ask me which one I want to move to, I'll go to Detroit. I'll even go outside of Detroit. I ain't gonna move to Ohio, and this ain't gonna happen. Either Cincy or Cleveland.
Remember when Andre's on this show?
Oh,
All right,
man.
guys. We'll wrap this up. We'll leave that alone. You know how to throw it out from Byron when he's always low. So I just like I said, the guy put up numbers and made great catches. That's it. So
Gettleman didn't want strong people in the locker room. That's all I got.
I agree with that.
I'm past the Giants. I'm not worried about that. I mean, we have a ton of problems anyways, right? So I mean, the Cleveland was on the up coming up, right? So you think, listen to me. The second Odell went there, every sportscaster predicted them winning the playoff.
That's true.
Every
That is true,
single one predicting them winning the conference and going deep into the playoffs.
Well,
Just with him just being traded there. So I don't know. You guys are off on some other tangent. I'm not saying.
Let me ask this
And
question
then they
real
didn't
quick.
throw him the ball.
Let me ask you this question real quick then. What does that say about how they're utilizing Baker Mayfield? We're talking the same kind of situation?
I don't think Baker. I just think Baker's just not. He's not as
Overrated.
He's
He's
overrated,
overrated,
bro.
right.
He's a tiny guy. I don't think he's not. The coach. Something's wrong with the coach. They got 3 great running backs. I don't understand the mix of the offense there. It doesn't make any sense. Like something's wrong there.
We'll send Drew Lock to Cleveland too. That's all right.
Dude, you're trying to offset Drew Lock anywhere you can. He's going to USFL.
Yeah, I'll take someone from like D3 Sisters of the Poor Westchester State, man. Come on. We'll take their quarterback over Drew Lock.
That's hilarious. All right, man. We're gonna wrap up this show now. A little bit over. I really appreciate it, Joe, for coming back and taking that piece, by the way. And
anytime.
Eat Crow. I went 1-3. I lost Joe the following week as well. Great games. Let's hopefully we have a great weekend this weekend. I think we will. I think these games are going to be good. No matter what we we didn't have any 20-point spreads like Byron had the week before. But I think they're going to be some good games. And let me tell you something, the Rams got a chance. And Byron, is this going to be Tampa was the first team last year to ever be in the Super Bowl and the host at the same
should be the second.
Yeah.
This could be the second, right?
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen because San Francisco is going to win. Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying theoretically, right?
Yeah.
It would be. It would
keep
be.
hope
It would
alive.
be the second
Keep
time.
hope alive.
That's pretty ironic, no? All right. So again, we want to end with Gary Sinise Foundation. Freedom and security are precious gifts that we as Americans should never take for granted. We must do all we can to extend our hand in times of need to those who willingly sacrifice each day to provide that freedom and security. While we can never do enough to show gratitude to our nation's defenders, we can always do a little more. Gary Sinise, that's SINISE, and that's GarySiniseFoundation.org. It's for the first responders. It's for the military. And, you know, my family prayers should go out to, I don't know if you guys saw, 2 rookies in New York got killed. Yeah. Byron, you guys are up there. No,
yeah.
The 22-year-old and 20, it was like 3 of them, right? Did all 3 pass? One was in critical. Huh?
They had one in Texas that passed away. They caught that guy in Mexico. Yeah, so it's a lot of craziness going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you don't see a lot of that. So that's kind of, you know, we need our law enforcement. We need a military. We need a law enforcement. So y'all gotta, you know, we gotta do the right thing. You know, every time you see someone, thank them for what they do, make them feel good, because, you know, last thing we're gonna need is, you know, what do they say? I always love that bumper sticker. If you outlaw guns, then only the outlaws will have them, right? Will have guns, right? Number one. Number two, there's police officers, law enforcement people that are retiring earlier than they normally would. They're just tired of it, you know, and that's terrible. So you get a chance, you see a police officer out there, thank them for what they do, thank them, tell them to be safe, throw a blessing with them, you know, because they don't get paid way even close to what they're putting their life on the line. Every time they walk out that door, their family doesn't know if they're coming back. Okay, and to lose a 20 and 22-year-old who put their life on the line to want to, you know, that's just terrible. Terrible. So, you know, this ain't the Wild Wild West. So, you know, we should respect our law enforcement and understand that that's a tough job to do. And Byron, you know it better than anybody. All right, gentlemen, thank you again for the show, Jersey Boy Sports Stat. Please share our show with everyone. Joe, tell us a little bit about your show again on Saturdays.
Yeah, every Saturday, 11 o'clock Eastern. Live at valleyfreeradio.org, or if you're in the Western Massachusetts area, we're 103.3 FM, and we're also podcastable everywhere you can get a podcast. If you go to thesportsplusshow.com, you can get some more information and send us a message and listen to all our old shows. Check us out.
Wait a second, the Sports Show Plus?
The Sports Plus Show.
Hey,
Plus
Joe, can you share a link for that on Facebook?
PLUS? Put it in the chat for me. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, sure. Put it in the chat so we can share it.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Byron and I are here every Thursday. You guys know that.
Make sure Mark Ehrlich knows that too. Mark Ehrlich. We're here every Thursday, 8 o'clock. It ain't changed over a year.
So we send out an invite. We send out an invite to a good friend of ours who not only did he get a scholarship to Clemson, won a national championship at Clemson, is an Army Ranger, okay, and just an all-out stand-up dude, right? Other than he's a Cowboy fan.
Oh.
So outside of being a Cowboy fan, you know, so I invite him to the show. He goes, "Oh man, I'd love to, but I gotta do this, man. But next time, give me notice sooner." So I'm like, it's the same bat channel every Thursday. It's the same link. It's the same everything. I'm like, Mark, I love you, Mark. You know, just in case you're listening, you hear this, I don't want you to think we're dogging you without you here, you know. So I go, you know, but it is this, and Byron gets it from other people too. Oh, that's all what the show. Like,
Same
Dude,
thing.
we've been on for over a year. That we changed for 3 months on Wednesdays. That was it. It's
Hey.
on my thing right here. I mean, it's in the Facebook or the YouTube. So we start laughing.
My uncle out in Colorado loves the show.
Does he really?
He does, yeah. And Eric, if you're listening now, hey, what's up, Unc?
Uncle Eric, thank you for watching. Please share our show with everyone. We have some fun here. We go back and forth. Byron and I go back a long time. Joe, we always like having you on your show. Joe, your show, the sports, that's and then valleyfreearea.org.
Valleyfreeradio.org.
Radio.
It's WXOJ in Northampton, Massachusetts.
11 a.m. Saturdays.
And I'll be back. I'll be back. We talk about all sorts of things. Lately, we've been talking a lot of COVID because both my co-hosts are teachers. They're both elementary school teachers. So we talk a lot about education. We talk a lot of Giants. Matt's a big Giant fan, so maybe get him over here one week. But yeah, we.
I'll listen in or join or whatever you tell me.
Wait, you never listened to my show before?
Oh wow, that was harsh, man.
Why don't you come on? You want to come on Saturday? Oh no, we're taping tomorrow. You want to come on tomorrow?
What time?
4:30.
I listened to your show, but I don't know how to get on.
4:30 your time.
4:30 p.m.
What time it is, right, Victor?
Yeah, but that's work. I'm still working.
Dude, send it. Hey, Joe, send it to me. I'll come on, man.
Okay.
Because I stopped working. I start at 6 and I'm like done by 2. That's just my job, man. It's fun. I don't have to worry about none of that. So yeah, send it to me, but I'll be on.
I get up at 8. I get up at 5:30, and I'm still gonna work right now.
Dude, I roll out at 6:30 and I'm up on I go up to the next floor and I start working. Maybe take a lunch, maybe not. I work all the way through. Yeah, I'll go take a nap when I'm done. It's awesome.
Byron works the hardest of all of us.
I'm killing myself delivering to seniors.
You're the man, no.
He's retired, man.
You're the man, Byron.
9 o'clock. I get yelled at every day. Why you eat my food, fat boy? Stuff like that. All the time.
Well, thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you, John. Make sure your dog is okay. He's not frightened or anything.
No, it's just Murphy's our rescue. We got about a year ago, and she is a little crazy, kind of like her old man, but it happens.
All right, guys. God bless. Good night.
Take it easy, guys.
All right, gentlemen.
Bye.